Hello, Bethel University. This is another Bethel University Writing Center podcast. We're your hosts, Chandler Smith,
Stephanie Nickel,
and Katie Zahowski. We will be talking about the roadmap of your paper, which is also known as your thesis statement. Your thesis tells the reader what to expect from the rest of your paper.
Formulating a thesis does not have to be the first thing you do. Writing your thesis can be the last thing you do. The choice is yours. The advantages of forming your thesis first are that you will have guidance throughout writing the body that provides a step-by-step plan and aids in the overall structure. The disadvantages of writing the thesis first are that you often have to go back and change or edit it, and sometimes you go off into a different direction that is relevant but doesn't work with your original thesis. However, an advantage of not writing it first allows you to have some freedom in where you want to take the topic.
Regardless of when you write your thesis, one of the first things that you should do is determine what kind of paper you are writing. It could be an analytical paper, which is a paper that breaks down an issue or an idea into its component parts, evaluates the issue or idea, and presents the breakdown and evaluation to the audience. Or it could be an explanatory paper, which is a paper that explains something to the audience.
It can also be an argumentative paper, which is a paper that makes a claim about a topic and justifies the thesis claim with specific evidence. The claim could be an opinion, a policy proposal, an evaluation, a cause and effect statement, or an interpretation. If you are writing a text that does not fall into one of these three categories, like a narrative, the thesis statement should be within the first paragraph. Once you determine what type of paper you are writing, and once you gather your resources for the paper, the next step that you should take is outline the main points you are going to talk about and use that as a guide to either start writing your thesis or move on to the body, then return to your thesis.
Your thesis statement should be specific, and it should cover what you will discuss in your paper. The thesis should be supported with specific evidence from credible sources. Your topic may change as you write, which means that you may need to revise your thesis in order to reflect exactly what you have discussed in the paper. Here's an example of a thesis.
People spend too much time on Facebook because it is a method of procrastination and causes distant communication.
With that example, this is just a friendly reminder that your thesis is not a question, it is never a list, it should not be vague, combative, or confrontational.
Thank you for joining us for another one of Bethel University's Writing Center podcasts.